Incidents of child abuse and neglect are at epidemic levels. According to the Department of Health and Human Services Administration on Children, Youth, and Families, in 2010, 3.6 million children were subjects of at least one report to Child Protective Services. In an earlier presentation, you were instructed how to recognize the signs and signals that a child may be the victim of abuse or neglect. Now I will demonstrate how easy it is to report that abuse or neglect utilizing the actual Department of Child Safety hotline and their training script. Why am I demonstrating this? Because unfortunately, too many people do not get involved when they suspect child abuse or neglect. This is detrimental to the child, the family, and society as a whole. When an incident is ignored and not reported, the child may suffer long-lasting repercussions from one's decision of not getting involved. Therefore, it's our moral, ethical, and in some cases legal obligation to ensure that each and every child has a safe environment that they may grow and develop in. Step 1. Be observant. Listen and use the tools available to you to document what you have seen and or heard. But do this without putting yourself in danger. Step 2. Determine if you are a person in a position of trust, which includes teachers, doctors, nurses, professional medical personnel, police officers, firemen, firewomen, EMTs, and school officials. Obviously, this is not a complete list, and you will know whether or not you are a person in a position of trust, also known as a mandated reporter. Although there is no requirement to know this, it is helpful in the process. Step 3. Once you have determined whether or not you are in a position of trust, your reporting obligations and procedures are different than that of a non-mandated reporter, who would be a bystander, a neighbor, a family member, or someone happened to observe or suspect an incident of child abuse or neglect. Step 4. In either situation, whether or not you are a person in a position of trust or an individual that has observed the incident, it is best to organize yourself and have your notes in front of you and locate the Arizona State Child Abuse Hotline toll-free number. Now that you have all your notes in front of you, the hotline number, and a sense of responsibility. Step 5. Have faith in yourself. Make the phone call. Even if it seems cryptic, your information may very well be enough for DCS to investigate and keep a child safe. Step 6. Take notes as you speak to the hotline representative and keep them organized along with your other material. An investigator will follow up with you at a later date, and it is a good idea to have all the material together. Also, be aware there are other methods of reporting suspicions of child abuse and neglect. This includes computer reporting methods as well as reporting your suspicions to individuals in a position of trust who are mandated to report it. Step 7. Continue to monitor the situation from a safe point of view. Document any and all new evidence or situations that may add to this investigation. Step 8. Be aware of what is going on around you. If you feel like you aren't sure if your instincts are correct, just ask yourself, how would you feel if you do not make that call and something terrible happens later on? Okay, so when you want to report child abuse or neglect, the first step is to take action and make the phone call.
Arizona Child Abuse Hotline, this is Krishana speaking. Thank you for holding.
Hi, I'm not really sure what I'm going to say here, but my child goes to school with a child who I believe may be in danger, and I'm not really sure what to do first.
Okay. Have you ever had to call the hotline before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a brief run-through of what we're going to address today.
Okay.
I'm going to go over some identifying information about the family first, if you have it.
Okay.
Then we're going to get into what the concerns are, what caused you to call us.
Okay.
I will be asking some follow-up questions that you may or may not know the answers to, and if at any time you do not know the answers, just say you don't know, okay?
Okay.
And at the end of the call, we'll go through some safety concerns, and if I can use your name and number and all that great fine dandy stuff, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then can I get your name and number in case we get disconnected? All right. And do you know the name of the child?
Yeah, her name is Sasha.
Do you know her last name?
Ocean.
Just like the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know how old she is or her date of birth by any chance?
I think she's 6.
Okay. And do you know if Sasha has any siblings in the home?
I know they have a baby.
And do you know about how young the baby is? A few months,
born
or
this
6 months?
born this year, maybe I don't know, 8 months, maybe 6-8 months, something like that.
Okay. And do you know the name of Sasha and Lopez's parents?
I believe it's Ruby is the mom,
Okay.
and Rocky is the dad.
Okay. And are they married that you're aware of?
Yes, they are married, and I believe they both live there.
And they live there, okay. And I'm assuming the same last name as the children? Ocean?
Yes.
What is going on with Sasha that caused you to call today?
Well, Sasha, and I know how 6-year-olds can be, but she's told my daughter that her parents do drugs. Now I don't know what that might mean. I know that when I've seen them pick up Sasha from school, they just kind of have that, I don't know, that meth look.
Okay. And what exactly does that look like? Can you explain it to me?
Yeah,
in your eyes?
their teeth. They're missing some teeth, and the mom I think has some skin lesions.
Absolutely.
I know that there's been past abuse, domestic abuse between the parents, and that's what concerns me as well.
Do you know of any specific incidents that have occurred?
Yeah, I think that the mother may have been arrested in July. I think they were. I do know that 2 days ago, though, the father, according to Sasha, tackled the mother, and she was holding the baby at the time, and Sasha told my daughter that the baby's hand was smashed. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know the extent of that. I just know that, that's all Sasha said was that it was smashed, and I don't know how extensive that might have been for the baby.
No sort of discomfort or anything for her?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, and are you aware of how Ruby and Rocky discipline in the home?
From what my daughter's told me, Sasha is very aware of timeouts. Apparently she gets put in timeout a lot, and I find that kind of weird because when I've been around her, which she's come over to our place just a couple of times, she's been a very sweet, quiet, very quiet girl, actually. Doesn't really get into much or talk a lot, to me anyway.
All right, and are you aware if there's any safety concerns that we should be aware of? Any guns or weapons in the home if we were to send someone out to the home?
Yeah, I believe the father has some guns in the home. I wouldn't know how many or what kind, but
Would you happen to know if they're locked away in a safe away from the children?
That's a good. I don't think so. Not seeing them the way they are, I wouldn't say so.
Okay. All right. Has she mentioned that they're left out on the table or on the furniture?
That I
Or
don't
has she
know.
even said anything about
Yeah,
that?
I don't know at all about that.
All right. And now, I do have to ask, Lucy, are you willing to provide your name and number as a reporting source today?
Sure.
Okay. Our state law does require all callers to identify themselves. We do keep your identity confidential unless the court orders its release, if it's needed by law enforcement for an investigation, or if it's necessary to provide for the immediate safety of a child. So it is important that I document any concerns that you have regarding substantial risk of harm to you, someone else, or the public if your name is disclosed. Do you have any concerns today for being a reporting source?
Well, I think my question on that would be, if I do say that if I change my mind and say I don't want my name to be used, what happens with the investigation?
Well, regardless if you you want to use your name or not use your name, if you want to be anonymous, we're still going to take this as a report.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't change your mind because as soon as we hang up, I'm going to get this into the system, and there's no way for me to delete your name off of there.
Right.
It's not something that the parents will get. It's mainly for the caseworker. So once they see the report come in, if they have any additional information that I may have forgot to ask you, they can follow up with you.
Oh, I see. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
And then do you have any concerns that you'd be harmed or retaliated for against calling?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. And if you just hold on one moment, I will get you the name and number of the supervisor that it's going to get assigned to.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a pen and paper ready?
Yes, I do.
Okay. The supervisor's name is Sally,
Mm-hmm.
and her last name is McGuinn, McGuinn.
203. Okay, great.
Now, Lucy, just so you know, since you've never called before, you do not need to call Sally. That's just for your records to know that we did take a report today, so if you have any further questions, you can contact her. If at any other time that you have concerns that, she's being abused or neglected, or anyone else that, you have concerns of abuse and neglect, you can always call the hotline. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and on holidays.
Oh, great. That's really great to know.
Okay. Is there anything else you want me to document today that I didn't ask you?
No, I don't think so. I think I covered everything. But so if I do have if something does come to mind, I should call Sally then.
Yeah,
Okay.
or us. If you can't reach Sally, we're like I said, we're open 24 hours, and we can always get the message sent to Sally.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay, and thank you so much for calling today. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you did.
Thank you, Krishana. I appreciate your help. And
Oh,
thank
thank
you
you.
for making me feel so comfortable doing it.
Oh, well, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. To reiterate the steps in reporting suspicious incidents of child abuse or neglect. Be observant, take notes, and obtain as much information as you possibly can to understand the situation and to be able to report it to the authorities. This is also true in the case of hearsay. Even if you actually heard things second or third hand, still make the phone call. Determine if you are a person in a position of trust, which changes the reporting rules. Not in why it's reported, but how it is reported. Once you have determined whether or not you are a mandated or non-mandated reporting source, again, not required, but does assist greatly in the process, it's time to gather your notes for reporting either through the computer-based system or making a phone call to the hotline. Be prepared to answer as many questions asked of you as possible from the initial DCS agent. If you don't know, it's okay to say you don't know. However, understand that your information is confidential, although it can be obtained later on through a court order during court proceedings. Continue to observe or monitor the situation the best that you can without endangering yourself or your family. Take additional notes or observations so that you may follow up with the investigator assigned to that particular case if necessary. Be confident that you did the right thing in taking action to report these incidents of child abuse or neglect. The state of Arizona's Department of Child Safety will follow through to investigate the incidents reported and to protect the safety and the welfare of the children and the families involved. Thank you for your interest.